We'd like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity Top Gun Sales Boot Camp Training. And um, let's dive in. Nora, what you got?
I had 17% yesterday.
Copy that. Anything else you got?
No.
Kenny,
Jeepers,
what you got?
Nora, Mark, what is going on? 17%.
Yep, nobody picked up.
Gotcha.
Kenny, what?
Okay,
Oh,
never mind.
go ahead. Go ahead, Luke.
I just want to make sure we don't have a Friday like we had last Friday.
Sorry, too late. What do you mean, Mark? Kenny, what you got?
Um, this week was, I noticed this week we had almost every day we got, well, our number of leads this week was higher than usual. Like, I would say twice as high. And I think it's in large due to the referrals that we're getting from the internet leads.
Yep.
Um, so I thought I'd let Luke kind of take the lead on that, working with him, and then I would meanwhile work on getting our own profile, a Google profile updated, or SEO help with the help from AI, kind of get information on how to do it and what to do, and then do that on our Google profile. Or I started on our Google profile. I know there's some website stuff you can do too, but um yesterday I did a bunch of stuff there. The the results, it said gave me like 30 to 60 days to in 30 to 60 days, if I do this consistently, I should see results in 30 to 60 days. So schedule something once a week for me to take a look at that. And I want to try to keep you guys updated on that, my progress there, and then the Google Analytics, like get a base on the Google Analytics now, and then see how they change in the next month or so, and then kind of track my progress there.
Nice.
Um, I think that's all I got.
Luke, what you got?
How do you in the or at night in the evening, how do you know when to not make calls anymore? Or like sometimes I go have appointments during the day, then I work on estimates and then I have like an estimate ready at 7 o'clock. Like, do I call them? Do I not? Do I let it go to the next day? Or
7 o'clock, I would. I mean, it's not 9 o'clock. I mean, usually people don't go to bed until after 8. So, I mean, if nothing else, you can laugh about it and say, apologize for calling so late, something.
Does that make sense, Luke?
yeah.
Cool. Anything else, Luke, you got?
What did you mean by that, Mark?
Mean by what, Luke?
About it's too late for it to be like last Friday.
So, do you know what the tipping point is?
I think so.
What's the tipping point?
It's like the the final straw or the last thing that makes the whole thing go overboard.
Yep.
Got it. Copy
What
that.
was the tipping point?
If people don't pay attention to stuff, you know, it's just it's just exhausting. I mean, it's just, and most people, I mean, it's interesting. We had a client and a young guy, man, was he a pain. He knows so much, got it all figured out. Like, just lazy, just cheapers. Then all of a sudden he started developing somebody else. Everything changed. And he's humble. Like, am I a terrible leader? Like, how come I'm having to tell this person twice? And so people are terrible team members. Like, I talked to Alvin yesterday. Jojo and I talked. Fascinating. That little girl. I've been meeting with him for 3 years. I've never gone to see his office. She's like, Grandpa, which does Mr. Miller, does he have a office? I'm like, I think he does, honey. On which floor is it? I'm like, I don't know, honey. I'm not sure. So he wasn't there. He was, I don't know, 20 minutes late or something. So it was just Jojo, and I said, oh, Mr. Miller owns this whole building. She's like, well, he must be very, very busy. I'm like, well, no, he pretty much goes ahead and gets other people to do the work. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, like Grandpa. And she's like, why don't you do work, Grandpa? I'm like, oh, honey, Grandpa does a lot more work than he probably should. So he talked about business and about making money and about, retail. And then his daughter, who's the representative of the district that Jojo and I live in, she came in and so she had never met. So I said, oh, this is my granddaughter, Jojo. And so she got her a shirt. And I said, Jojo's pretzels on it, and gave it to Jojo. And it's like, jeepers. And anyways, you know, I was telling Alvin about, how I suck at building teams. It's like, I don't see that. I'm like, it's true. He's like, maybe it's not you that sucks. Maybe it's you just have sucky team members. I'm like, I hope that's not the case. And so, I mean, I can change the other. I don't know that I can change this. And so, what if they're all at the similar level? Like they don't even see. They don't even they don't even see. And so they can't, what if they can't connect? Like this one guy, he connected the dots. Like, well, maybe he didn't. I don't know. But he became. So my theory, my concept has been you get people developing other people because that's going to humble them. But like, like it's just weird to me. I mean, I spent a whole year, on don't connect the dots. So there's a whole white paper out there. You know, on connecting the dots and not connecting the dots. And it's like, so, I mean, fortunately, I've got 37 years of experience at raising children. So this is not new to me. It's the same thing as raising children. It's just, it's like you just like a teenage principal. So Melissa's 15 years old and she's driving for the first time and she's all nervous and all afraid. And so she's in the driver's seat backing out of our driveway. And I'm like, honey, She's like, Dad, I'm so nervous. This and this. I said, honey, you're the safest driver today that you'll probably ever be. She's like, what do you mean, Dad? I said, well, honey, you're a terrible driver and you know it. That's not where you're dangerous. Where you're dangerous is, when you think you're a good driver. Like you're probably not gonna get in a crash today. You're probably not gonna run into trouble today because you would know you're a terrible driver and you know it. Where you're gonna get dangerous is when you think you know what you're doing. Same thing is true in law enforcement. Same thing is true in life, everything. And so she's like, okay, thanks, I guess, Dad. Okay. I don't know. Like 3 months, 6 months later, something like that. Same car. She's in the driver's side. I'm in the passenger side. And she had a friend in the back seat. And we're backing out of the driveway. And I'd come back from a business trip and we're backing out of the driveway. And her friend says, hey, Melissa, did you tell your dad that you almost hit the big oak tree? And Melissa looked at her friend, looked at me and said, no, I haven't told him that. and she's like, I said, sweetheart, do you know why you almost hit the oak tree? And she's like, no. I said, because you didn't listen to me. I mean, the first time you drove, you didn't almost hit the oak tree. Like, it's only after you became confident. Oh, so that's when I discovered she was 15 years old. That's when I discovered the teenage principle. Teenagers are overconfident. Things they should be underconfident things they should be overconfident. It's one of the most difficult things as a parent to go ahead and process and understand. It's like I don't understand it. Like, so they'll say, I can't do that. And it's like, you can do that. Like that's just silly. It's just silly. And so, and then they say, well, I can do that. And it's like, can you? I'm not sure you can. And so any dimensional jump, it's like, there's all these models. It's like, it's just crazy. Like, it's just crazy. It's like, I got models for everything. Do people listen? No, they don't. Like, which is fine, whatever. It's like, it's just weird. And so, like so here you have, the cheerleader, the teacher, the coach, and the Navy SEALs. And so when Jonathan moved out, he wanted to hang out with me. Like, so we hung out, like every week. We'd go over and have a guys' night and we'd do stuff and go out to eat or movies. He loved movies, so we watched a lot of movies. And then when Melissa, she moved out too, like it was weird. Like they weren't interested in really talking to me when they were at home a lot. I mean, it was normal. It was no big deal. I was fine with it, but and so this is where I came up with the 4 levels here. And so and I'm like, that's just weird. They're both, and once Melissa had like 4 jobs. She's all proud of herself. I remember very specifically, all proud of herself. Dad, I got 4 jobs. I'm like, nice. And I wanted to say, well, how many hours are you working at each job? You're, I don't know, 22 or something, 21, 22 or something. And it's like, okay, okay, so you're working what, 50, 60 hours a week with 4 jobs? I mean, that's something to cheer about, really? I mean, I was doing that when I was like 14. Like, hello. Like, you're really impressed with yourself. Yeah. Did I say that?
Probably not.
No. Then when I came home that night, did my wife go ahead and say, dang, man, are you a great husband, great father? you're no. I'm like, honey, that's awesome. Like, way to go. You're really making progress. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Excellent. High five. And it was genuine. I mean, she didn't come back, Dad, are you mom? No, she just accepted. To this day, does she go ahead and come up to me and say, hey, Dad, I just want, when I needed you, you were there. And that time that you went ahead and bit your tongue and you gave me an encouragement. I mean, does anybody? No. Is somebody afterwards going to say, you know what, man, you could have leveled Luke. You could have just taken that boy out. Man, Mark, thanks. You just, you're just growing. Like, holy cow, are you growing? Like, man, like, dang, you really listen to me. Like, you really, man, are you on it, buddy? Are you on it? Are people going to, no. Am I going to go ahead and, way to go, Mark, look at that. Like, look at you. Other people, I mean, you tell them stuff and they don't pay attention. 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 You're patient, patient, patient. Just doesn't, whatever. And when team member B hurts team member A, and then team member A is like, why is this stuff happening to me? uh, bite your tongue. It's fine. So I was introspective. I'm like, like ruminate. I'm like, so that's when I had the next dimension principle. Like, I had it, but I didn't have it broken down. I'm like, that's what it is. I'm like, that's what's happening. So my kids went to another dimension, and what she needed, what Melissa needed, they needed a cheerleader. And that's what I did. Did I tell anybody? Didn't say no. No. Yep. Just, I mean, it's fascinating. Yesterday with Shuaib when we were on with him, and he, he just laughs like Shuaib, you got 4 kids, you understand. Yeah, says a dad, yeah, no, you just your wife, your kids, yeah, nobody, yeah. It's just part of the game. That's what he said. It's just part of the game. So then I thought, okay, so they get stuck. They get stuck here. So somebody's got to teach her, hey, sweetheart, in this next dimension, this is this. And then you got to go in here. And so it's here, think, do, and succeed. And when you succeed, you move to another dimension. If you don't, you're going to slide back down. So, this is where I struggle because my parents and how they were, this is my parents and how they were. They weren't flamboyant. They weren't, you don't lift yourself up. You don't get praise. You just do the work. You just definitely not expressive. Definitely not. So the downside of that is, you're magical. You just absolutely are. You can other people they can't pay attention. They can't see themselves in the mirror. They can't. They just can't. They're blind. They just can't. They can't connect dots. They just can't. And you don't say anything because you're like, you know what? I don't know. And then but they can't see what's going on. They can't see the spectacular nature of things, even when it's right there in front of them. I mean, it's like, and your heart breaks for them. You're just like, okay. Questions?
Any ideas on how I can get my numbers back up for today?
Call different people. Call more people. I don't know.
Well, that's
Call
good.
in.
Way to go, Kenny. Excellent. That's good suggestions. Awesome. Isn't
Right.
it Isn't it fascinating? I mean,
Yeah.
isn't it?
But
Isn't it? I mean, this is like, this is so enlightening. I mean, it's so fascinating.
What's
When,
fascinating about it?
I mean, the guy who mocks has nothing. He's silent. He has nothing to say. Like no
Gotcha.
suggestions. I'm just going to mock. Okay. All right.
Call people at the times that they'll pick up.
Okay.
So I had a
Who's
thought,
that?
but I checked the thought, had a thought, checked the thought, because I'm like, nope, don't say that. So it's so awesome. Life is so awesome. People are amazing. Like I'll never forget. I was at Coffee Connection. I'm sitting down, and Cheryl, she's there, and she goes ahead and she says, "Mark, you need to be totally honest with your wife. Like just be totally honest." I'm like, what? Like she's like, yeah. And then she used the ultimate. She says, yeah, if your wife says, do I look fat in this dress? And you think she does, you say, yeah, you look fat in the dress. I'm like, what? You can't do that. Like, I'm pretty direct with my wife. Like, men are like, you can't say that to your wife. No, I can. I can. Nope, I can do that. She's taking it to another whole level. Just be honest. Just rip off the band aid. Just rip it off. Like, really? Can't do that. So on a 1 to 10, I'm like, I'm like a 1 or 2 with her. And boom, she's not in my life anymore, which I'm not complaining about. I'm not complaining about. It's just, it's fascinating to me how people think. Like, it's just like, dang. Like, I, so let me try something here. Let me try something here. See if this works. Okay. And Nora, you as my coach, you can give me some coaching. Like, do it. Look, Luke,
Yeah.
Luke.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, I don't know if you know this, Luke, but when you're training somebody, um, what you want to do is you want to actually, when you train them how to do it, you actually want to do it right then and there with them.
Mhm.
Have you ever heard that before, Luke?
Yeah. Heard it.
Okay. When you hear something, how am I doing thus far, Nora? Tone, voice, everything? Was it just a little bit too much? Like,
No comment. You're fine.
yeah, I don't know. So, so, um, so what I do is I try to do cheerleader, and if that doesn't work, then I go ahead and go into the teacher, and if that doesn't work, and then I go into the coach, and if that doesn't work, I just vaporize them, just smoking hole in the ground, especially with men. Women, no, I just thought women, they got it figured out. So, okay. So, so Luke, do you think you'll ever make that mistake again with anybody in any situation?
Hope not.
So, if you do, Would you like me to go ahead and respond the same way that I did this time?
No,
How would you like me to respond, Luke?
be more direct.
Do you think that will work?
I don't know.
So if somebody's life matters, and if you care at all, you recognize, I mean, this is not just one situation. It's just not one thing. It's just, you just, yeah. It's so fascinating to me. It's just human nature is just absolutely intoxicating to me. Where, like that Amish dude, that Amish guy, where he's got his son who, I don't know, 15, 16, sexually abused a cousin or a neighbor girl or something like that. And the dad was really struggling. Should I turn him into the police or not? And he decided not to. And then I don't know, about 6 months later, the son went ahead and stole some money from the safe, gold or money from the safe of the dad, and the dad turned him in for that. Like, just fascinating. So you sexually abuse, molest a girl. Yeah, I'm really I don't know if I should. No, I'm not going to. But they do something to you. They do something to you, and I had another experience like that. That was very like. It's mind blowing. It's just mind blowing. So if somebody if somebody hurt somebody else, no, it's fine. Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, that's fine. Like, if somebody exasperates somebody else, no, go to the person. Go to the person who's exasperated, not the person who's doing the exasperation. Yeah, don't do that. But if that person exasperates you, well, then that's an issue. It's just in human nature, and people. It's just weird. People don't see. They really don't see. They can't. It's like you say to them, do you see on how you're just like this? And they're like, it's different. It's like, oh, taught me that. Like, okay, wrong, but don't learn anything. It's just, yeah, it's different. This is different. That's one of the things you'll get with me, Luke. Oh, it'll always be different. It'll never be the same. So, but it might be worse. I mean, you might perceive it being worse. Like, that was real, but that might create the tipping point so you don't hurt somebody else, so you don't hurt yourself, so you don't do whatever. Like, you might like me and not succeed. You might not like me. So my first responsibility in sales leadership is to have you succeed. You're not doing this because you want a friend. If you do, get a life. And so my responsibility to you in sales leadership is to have you succeed, period. And I'd rather have you make the money you want to make, see the success you want to do, than to be a friend of yours. The friend is just, that's optional. And you're probably not. Just like a drill sergeant probably is not going to be your best friend. But when you go ahead and succeed, then you can. And, oh, good lesson here. You might want to be a little cautious want to be a bit humble about, talking to the drill sergeant and fixing the drill sergeant. Not that the drill sergeant, they can grow, but you might have a lot more growing than they do. And if you go ahead and if your brain right now is say, fine, I won't say anything. It's okay. You're a baby. You're just a baby. You're just a whiny, wussy baby. And it's okay. Just be that. Just know that you are. But I'm sure it's not happening in anybody's brain. It's like can you have spectrum, or do you just judge other people by it. It's just, I don't know. It's just people. I love this stuff. Like, man, I'll do this forever. Good day. Good time.